CNG Media.
Welcome to Vino with Vito. Dave Taramina today, special guest. And coming back on the program here is Jason Fiala, broker of record.
El Presidente.
Of El Presidente. Hey, Dave, we got another CEO. Look.
I know.
Right?
I know.
All we do is get CEOs here.
Second time.
Jason Fiala from Century 21.
I've been looking.
But wait. Look, our Robert Graham holder, my nice Robert Graham shirt. What do you think, Jay?
Well, big fan.
You're a big fan, right? And look, Dave, Jay brought a bottle of wine.
Oh, was it Boone's?
The prisoner.
I wanted to.
the prisoners. Welcome back, Jay. I'm going to open this bottle of wine. Just wanted to say thank you for coming back here. And today we're going to talk a little bit about real estate, a little bit about you, what you do.
Oh, I look forward. I just want to say thank you. It's an honor to not only be on the show once, but to be a returning guest. It's huge.
Yeah.
Be around guys like Dave.
Oh,
You know, this is a big honor. Big honor to be on the show. And V, I didn't believe in it at first, but you single-handedly have done something that no one else could do, and you should be very proud of that.
Thank you.
You've made people actually put their phones down. So congratulations on that. And more.
these figs are good, Jack.
And today, Jay bought some figs for us.
From my sister's garden.
From her
Well, actually, my brother-in-law's garden. I figured you'd like this.
Did you grow them in the dumpster?
Yeah.
We're throwing them all out
it's
today.
coming
bro.
out today. This might be the highest rated show ever.
Who's gonna
boy.
walk away crying? My buddy's on Vito.
Your money's on Vito, huh? Look,
It's a good fig.
this is a nicer wine.
Oh,
I like that one. It's the blend. I like
you.
blends lately.
Well, salute, guys.
Cheers.
salute,
Lots of
Vito.
Like the
Good
bell,
know-
like the bell rigging.
Yeah, good knowing you, Vito.
let's just have fun with this, mate. You're the interviewer, so I'll let you ask the questions. I'm sure you're
You know what you should do?
really well prepared,
If I-
as usual.
This
So-
is actually Jay. This is good wine. Thank
like
you.
this wine.
Thank
Yeah,
you, man.
yeah.
I appreciate you bringing wine. Not
Is my
like
wine-
this. Not like this guy. He never brings any wine.
Yeah.
He just drinks it.
I don't watch the show, so if that's a recurring joke, then more power to you.
Good thing you watch it. That's why you came back.
I do enjoy it. Go ahead, Vic. Come on, ask some questions. I got a busy schedule.
I know you got a busy schedule.
Go ahead. What's the first
I
question?
heard you were showing a house today. You're showing another house, a $3 million plus house today that you have listed.
I think your
And,
glass is in the shot.
Like that?
$3 million plus house
Yep.
today, and we've noticed you're getting back out there and you're going gung ho and going strong with all these
Did I go somewhere?
massive
love
listings.
this.
No, I'm saying these big listings,
Yeah.
and very proud of you for coming back.
Thank you, Vito.
And,
Where'd you go?
Didn't know I left, but apparently I did. Now, we do have some great properties out there right now. We just launched another one in Montville, as you know. We have Briarcliff right now for $2.9 million, which is a amazing estate. Very restoration hardware, great location, pool, finished basement. We also have one in Essex Fells on 65 Avon. That is our palace on the hill. That's at $3.5 million. We had the big party there. I know you enjoyed it. You ate all of the steak.
just a little bit of
Just
it.
a little bit. And
10 times going back
We
and
also
forth.
just listed one on Macer, which, as Dave pointed out on my social media,
It's unbelievable.
I've sold most of the homes on that street, and that one is $1.9 million. That's a cool house as well. So some really good listings. I'm blessed to be able to represent these people and their homes, and I'm excited about it.
Oh, you do a good job with these listings, and I got to admit, you do well advertising them, getting them sold, and at least showing everybody in our office what you do and how you do your stuff, and help everybody out to get their listings and get them up and running.
Thanks, V. It's a lot. I just left Nicole Slavitt from our office. She just got a new listing coming on in North Caldwell. Then I ran to Montclair to help another agent with another. But we have I'm lucky to have such a good team. We have a lot of really top agents and supporting cast. We have a great team right now. I know Dave always pats us on the back for it because he goes to see a lot of offices. What's that lady you always talk about?
Get out of here.
No, we try to do things a little differently, but we try to, marketing is our big forte. But again, it's exceeding expectations that we try to do to all of our clients, that we try to preach, and we try to keep a standard, and we've done that. It's been good. Been real good.
No, we've always done that as an office. We have a great team, like
Things
you
are good.
said.
They are good.
They are good. Stop eating like
Stop
potato
eating
chips.
them.
Oh, I'm talking here. You guys are
You know what I've
talking
been doing
about
lately?
the
I've been
figs.
cutting up peaches at night to drink with the wine. Peaches, I put them in the wine, or I put them. If it's a good bottle, I put them on the side. Can't get enough of it. But
Yeah.
the figs.
White or red do you put the peaches in?
Oh, red.
Red,
But
okay.
I do with the peaches, white or.
No, the wine.
Yeah. No, I can't get enough of it. My
Yeah.
sugar, I'm gonna have diabetes by next week. But it's a
You
lot
have
of sugar.
diabetes?
No, I
You
don't.
pre-diabetic?
What is it, an intervention?
Yeah.
Put the
You were talking to my father.
Can you
I'll
get your
put the
doctor in
fig
here real quick?
Luckily, it's right in the next room.
somebody prick him over there and see what his blood sugar is.
Oh, like what do you
Called you a
call?
prick.
What do you call you? I know.
I
That's
said
what you
somebody
say to
prick him.
guests. You call him a prick.
I said somebody prick him and see what his blood
Oh.
sugar is.
Figs are good.
Jay, so
I'm not even saying nothing.
Yeah, so-
Look,
let's. I want to before we get into flipping the switch here, 'cause I want to see you interview Vito.
oh,
Oh, a little role reverse.
we did plan this.
But let me ask you this though: how do you get these listings, right? Like, all kidding aside, like, you know, these are pretty monster listings, right? And you know, I'm sure they go through a vetting process and whatever. So, like, what's Jason Fiala's value add, right? For those who don't know, like, why pick you?
It's a good question. I think so. A lot of young agents ask me this, and as you know, I do a lot of ride arounds, and you'd be surprised how many young agents and young people contact me as well as yourself, Dave, to hang out with us and kind of
Yeah.
see what we do. We've
Yeah.
mid it, I guess.
I
We're
guess.
that, or we're getting ready. It's getting ready to be the end.
We're at the farm. Well, I mean, this guy's still in
yeah.
the business. So.
But not that old.
Not that
It's just
old.
the shirts. But I think it's a good question. I think that we started out early doing things, again, exceeding expectations, showing value, and not doing things just to get the listing. I mean, I just left one, again, with an agent in our office, and the first thing I said to the guy, I said, nothing I say to you is for my benefit, it's all for yours. And I took him through the stages. And from staging to parties to marketing to what they need to the hard truth. You know, when I first came into the business, one thing people used to always say is bidding for a listing. Remember?
Right.
I'm not going to mention any names.
No, absolutely.
Is that a business anyway?
We would always say that because they come out
But
there and
They do. They bid for your listing. They take some MLS, some pictures from a smaller photography firm that charges them, you know, a small amount. They throw them on the MLS and they cross their fingers. That's not what we were about. That's not with our second and third office. We're open under the assumption that we don't want to be that office, right? We always said the only listings we lost were to someone's aunt or their mother. But you put apples to apples, you put us against anyone, and we are bringing more value to those people through, again, marketing first and foremost. Our office has a vast spider web.
Mm-hmm.
When we share something on social media, and I know a lot of you are starting to catch on, again, you know who I'm talking about. A lot of them are starting to catch on, and their agents are sharing each other's stuff. We have a very an office that shares, can't stop, an office that shares each other's materials, and it gets out there more. So I always like to say, look, if you hire one agent outside of our company, they have 3,000 followers on their social media, you're getting 200 of them. When I share something on mine, because of you, because of all of the agents in our office sharing it, you're getting a spider web, right? It goes everywhere. It goes from Vito in Fairfield to Nina in East Hanover to Tina in Montville, and it goes to all walks of life, from the husband who's a police officer of that agent to the person who, and it just spider webs.
Yeah.
So again, everyone kind of jumped on board and started making videos, other offices, other companies, but they didn't look at how to get it out there, and they don't have the leadership to extend to their agents to say, hey, look, this is the best for your client. It may not be, you may think that you're giving up control of that listing, right? And a lot of agents in some offices, I can't let so-and-so share my listings. Everyone will think it's theirs. But if you're truly doing the best for your client, you want that thing to take off.
They're working for you.
Yeah, you're working for your client. If you can get and by the way, it does benefit the agent in your office because now they're sharing to their group of friends. But there's only so much people like looking at real estate on social media.
They do.
They do. They like, I see a lot of these young agents making podcasts. No offense, I said young. But a lot of these agents doing podcasts and stuff, and they're not showing the houses. They're not, I mean, how many times can we do the same video? 5 best things to do to your house.
Yeah.
People want to look at houses in their neighborhood. They want to see the inside of them.
Yeah.
I got to go in one yesterday that I had driven by for the last, Frank Cooney's listing, his new one on River Road. I've driven by for years. I always wanted to go inside. That interests me. I want to see what's, I was always that kid that looked. Oh, that's gonna get creepy. I don't
like where the story's
the
going.
wine.
Yeah.
But no, you want to see what's in the house. We all want to see how our neighbors live and if they live like us.
Yeah.
So when you get into those houses and you walk around, it's cool. Now
You
that
can
listing.
just make friends with your neighbors too. I mean,
No, Tina lives next door to me. One of my top agents lives next door to me. Dina Furluge lives close to me. I have a lot of agents that live in my neighborhood. So I get home, I like to sit and be quiet and decompress. As you know, I talk a lot during the day. But we have a lot of good things happening. I think we're going to adapt a lot of that marketing to our up and coming commercial division, which I think we should mention. I know Summer is Summer Files jumping. My sister-in-law is jumping on top of the commercial division, and we have a big future with that. I think we have a lot of big things. Our Bergen County office is jumping on it. Our Montville office, of course, is staying on top. So we have a lot of big things ahead, and I think it all starts with hiring the right agents who have the right mindset and letting their buyers and sellers know that we're not thirsty. We're there to exceed your expectations. We're not there just to take your business and move on. And I think it resonates with our company. So hopefully that was the right answer.
I like you said, we're not thirsty because, and the same thing as, bidding for a listing. You want to get that listing to sell that listing. You want to get that listing to help the seller and get them the most possible money. A lot of these other agents out there will tell them what they want to hear. If the house is worth 700, they'll tell them 800, and then we go in and they'll say, "Hey, the other agent told me it was 800. Why are you only telling me 700?" And then we got to show them our worth, our value as to why it's only worth 700, and why these agents out there are saying, "Hey, let's list it for 800," because guess what? Now they're going to backpedal and start, reducing that house. I just had one where I just listed, where they had a couple agents out there and told them $1 million. And I went there and I said, "No way, $1 million." And I explained why, and you know what? They hired me for the listing at $899.9.
And what we have to remember also is I'm explaining to my buddy. You got somewhere to be? We got to explain to our sellers, again, to stop looking at what your neighbor got and start looking at how they got there. That's the key point, right? You need to come on at a price that is attractive. And I know a lot of people see on social media, every agent posting, "I got 50,000 over, 80,000 over."
Right.
But the way they get there is not where you start. You have to start with how they got there. And they got there by getting good advice from a realtor, a professional who said, "Look, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to get there." And then all the stuff goes away, right? Because the worst thing you could do is come on the market, have a problem 60 days in, and come back on the market, right? You don't get a second chance.
Right.
So if you price it correctly, you get multiple offers. You have a good agent who knows how to handle those. And again, I did this on the last one. I promised I wouldn't do it on this one, but as much as we joke, you are a master negotiator. You've always been. But multiple offers and what you say to agents matters. And I've learned from the best. So when you talk to those other agents, you have to bring the excitement through social media, through your words on the phone with them, through whatever you have to do to get them there. But where they end up on that price and how they end up there is by getting good advice from the beginning. Right. You can't tell someone your house doesn't need a quick zhuzh, as Jason Dion would say in our marketing department. We love the word zhuzh, right? You should have someone going in there, cleaning off your counters, doing all the little things. We have realtors right now. It's gotten too easy taking pictures of, showers full of. You're selling a product. Take pride in it. I mean, I was just at a house in Montclair. I spent 4 hours there taking garbage out. We took all the blinds down. I have a cleaning crew going there today. We replaced all the tile.
Wow.
It matters. You can't just hire someone, put it on, and hope for the best.
Right.
You have to present a product that is attractive online. If you look at any of my agents' pictures, our pictures stand out. It's not just because we use a great photographer. We're putting a good 3 to 4 hours in getting that kitchen ready.
Right.
You have to. When you look at those pictures, look at Briarcliff's pictures, and you tell me the house doesn't pop. It pops. And that's a $3 million listing, but that goes for a $499, a $299, a condo, right?
Same thing, right?
Yeah, you got to spend at least 4 hours. You need an agent who's going to roll up their sleeves and get in there and clean it up.
It's like an interior decorator.
I feel like it lately.
I'm telling you. So, what do you think, for newer agents, right? And we've always, there's always obstacles to get into this business.
We talk about this daily, Dave.
I know.
We talk every morning.
Your business, my business, right? What do you think the hardest thing or biggest obstacle for
What do you
new
think my
agents?
answer is going to be, Dave? You've been with me long enough.
Work ethic.
Work ethic.
Yep.
What do I say every day to every agent in our office?
Put on a pair of pants and get to work.
Yep. You can't do it from home.
Yeah.
Put on a pair of pants. Vito talk again. God, every time I'm on this show, and I don't mean to do it, and please don't think that I'm doing this purposely. But again, when I was a young kid sitting in the office and Vito, was there with me, we spent 8 hours a day at work. More than that, but we made sure we were the first ones in. We stayed till 5. If we had nothing to do, we still showed up.
Yeah.
And what would you say? Get in the car, kid. We're going for a ride. We would drive around. If we saw a dumpster outside, we'd get out. Hey, how are you? We're in town as well. From that to Maureen Ringwood, the old garage sale story. Mm-hmm. She went to a lot of garage sales. But be a part of your community.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I say put on a pair of pants. That means go to work at least 5 to 6 days a week.
Yep.
Work on the weekends. You're a realtor. Weekends are a necessity.
Yeah.
Don't think you could all do it from just posting on social media. Telling your friends you're a realtor. Get into the mindset of doing that job. Go see other agents' homes. Get a passion for what you do.
Right.
Right. Have a passion for homes, prices, service, all that stuff. You have to have a passion for. But most importantly, being around your other successful agents.
Yep.
Right. We have agents you see come to our office. They sit there. There's 5, 6 agents discussing freely, which is another thing our office does that no one else does.
Yeah.
I think if I'm proud of anything, the most. Dad taught us that. My father who started the company, he taught us we should never have a locked drawer on our desk. So when you come in, if someone has that high, that high a realtor gets when they get a CMA. There's a whole nother one when you lose it. But when you get it, you run into the office and you can't wait to tell everyone. You want to tell them, I got it. It went well. Oh, it's priced. You're jacked about the house.
Right.
But in some offices, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to start with getting a passion for it and being able to come back to your office and talk about it. And then the conversations that spark, right? When you're talking to Vito, he has a totally different take than maybe someone else in our office, a Brianna, this one, that one. We're all just, and that's doing the best from your client by getting all different point of views, right? A young girl like Brianna who, I don't know, she's barely 23, 24, I don't know how old she is, a young girl, but she might give you a total different take on that house than somebody like Vito or somebody like Tina or somebody like Frank, any of them. Yeah. So if you take them all in and you're doing the best for your client, marketing matters. Yeah. Right? So you're not just chat GPTing that, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
ChatGPT. You're not just coming up with the remarks. We used to write them ourselves. We had a book in the office.
Hey, I just did one today.
Proud of you.
I was so proud. I was going to send it to you.
You went on ChatGPT?
Yeah,
it's in Italian too.
I got it on my
It's
phone.
a nice house. It's got everything you need. Translation. Beautiful home with 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. But listen, it matters. But again, you have to have a passion for it, and you have to have an office that wants to see you succeed. For a young agent, get an office. I mean, we're hiring right now, by the way. Didn't mean this to be a recruiting thing, but I think you guys can all look at the camera and say, if you were a young agent starting, you'd want to be surrounded by our office, our culture, and the people in our office. And that's what I'm most proud of. And I think that is the best advice you can give to a young agent.
Now, a young agent just starting or someone going to get their real estate license, and we talked about this at our last episode with the new laws that came out with the National Association of Realtors, where buyer's agreements and everything else. Do you think that's going to affect a lot of new agents? Do you think that's going to affect a lot of part-time agents?
Vin Fiola's on the phone, your brother.
Guys, attorney? Yeah, no, that's all fine. I'm okay. Again, I think we need to stop talking about it. It's happened already.
Oh, no,
it's happening, and it's not affecting me at all. In fact, I'm thriving.
That's what
I
I'm
thrive
saying.
in every situation.
But
here's the thing. For a young agent who's coming in and looking at what's not going to work, that's the agent that's not going to work. You need an agent who's going to come in and say, okay, listen, right now, without giving stats, 98% of the people you're sending, are you cooperating or sending back? Yes.
Of course.
That 2%, you call your client and you say, listen, after you have your buyer's agreement, these 2 aren't cooperating.
You want to go look at it.
And it's not happening. Across the board, agents are doing it, and they're going to keep doing it because there's a value to what you do.
Right.
I don't, without getting into the politics and everything of it, I think we all need to stop talking about it because it's the misinformed public that is seeing it that is saying, oh, things are changing.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
But that's why I brought that up, to let everybody, right.
But the more you bring it up, the more people are focusing on it.
But I still always get a lot of people always asking, hey, the new rules or whatever, has that affected you, whatever. Yeah. I had a listing I went on, maybe I won't give a buyer's commission. I told him, absolutely not. You're doing the wrong thing. And I explained why, and he goes, oh, okay, then I'll give it.
Yep. Listen, the industry will change here and there, but again, if you show up for work every day in a good market, a bad market, which we've both been through, we've been through it, and it's not a scary thing. People are still going to sell and buy.
Yeah,
we've all made livings, and some of us have made better livings in a bad market because we out hustled everyone.
Yeah.
Whoa, do we have a button for that? So you won't get that. Then you don't know what I'm talking about. But guys, bottom line is, if you have value and exceed expectations, we are a service, as Jason Dion says, again, another key component who we've hired, who was on your show. I love the kid. I think he's come in and changed our office a little bit in our mentality, which we're always adding to, right?
Yep.
We're always adding people. He was a big piece, but his mentality is we are a service area, right? We pay for everything. I mean, hell, I could go home and not to bring up my wife, but there's nothing we don't pay for, right? Someone's washing my dog. Somebody's washing my floors. Not the same way in his house. There's no dog.
Yeah.
But we're
You
a
pay
service.
somebody to wash your floors?
But listen, all those things we pay for in this society, in this area,
Yeah.
right? We don't do anything for ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, we could buy the filet mignon and cut it at home and save a lot of money, but we don't. We buy it pre-cut.
Right.
Everything. And that's just a dry cleaning. You could iron your own clothes. We don't do
I don't
it.
know if you could do that with suits, though. If you could dry clean your own suits. That's a little weird. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's probably a good point. That's a good point. I was going to go next.
You got to bring.
I gotta keep you honest.
You got to bring your
I don't think
suits
I
to
don't
the
think you-
dry
Mike
cleaner.
Hod does a great job on suits. For those of you who need them with the fancy cleaners in Fairfield. Hey, let's talk about Fairfield.
I'm glad you guys
so good.
enjoyed
Yeah.
the figs.
Let's
there.
talk about Fairfield and our location in Fairfield and what's going on there, right? We got a great new Polish deli. We got stop in there. When you guys stop in there, please come see us, right? We got Manhattan Bagel, who is doing a great thing for the police officer in town, who people are coming and going, and we're getting to see part of our town. Our little strip mall that's in the center of the town, I think, has big things ahead of us, and including us.
Where's the Polish deli? Where's
Right right in our strip
Don't eat-
center. Yeah.
It's a heavy lunch.
Where did
So
you
it's good
spot it?
lunch.
Which,
It was in the sushi lounge.
Yes,
Sushi
Sushi
local.
Lounge.
That's
Now-
not there anymore?
No, it's
No.
a two-store Polish. It's amazing.
Really?
Pierogi all day. But there's stuff by us that people should stop in.
Stop
There's
by.
also a great store. What's our friend's store over there? You know the name off the top of your head?
Zest, my daughter's store.
We'll give her a
She
plug
did-
too.
she did
This
some-
is a problem with
she-
your society. We got to thank everybody.
We got to thank everybody.
Zest does a great
Good
job.
and she actually did something for the police officer today
Yes,
too.
that's another great thing.
for Jimmy. So
That's my phone.
what about the cannoli guy?
No, who's the other? He was on the show too. Another riveting episode.
the cannoli guy's actually opening up a cannoli store.
Yeah.
He should have took a spot by us.
In
But
Fairfield.
look, what I'm trying to encourage is when you're by us, come stop by, see Vito, see me, stop in, poke your head in. We love to see you. But I really do like our location, and I think it's we're lucky that we have some new stuff in there. It's changing, but basically, I like the Polish deli. That's what I'm trying to say. Polish deli is good.
I know you like food too. That's why you like the Polish
Oh,
deli.
he's throwing shade at
No,
you.
I'm not throwing shade. Hey, he likes food. I like food too.
Yeah.
I'm sure you like food too. You like to eat, and I like wine also.
I talk to the people.
You're
You know?
a man of the people.
Oh, listen, I was on the 30 people who watched this. I talked to them, and they said that you are the only reason they hang around.
Yeah, okay.
They do. They honestly, you are a big part of this show, and that should be commended. You give up your time. You know, you're wearing your Rutgers hat and your shirts.
No,
You know, it's funny. Everyone talks about. I make fun that no one
Rutgers hat.
watches. He wore the Rutgers hat one day.
Yeah.
How many people came up to me and goes, "What's Dave doing?"
Yeah.
I go, "You guys said you don't watch the show."
Yeah.
What he's wearing? One time, the guy wears a hat.
Yep, see?
Oh,
Mix
So,
it up.
so I guess people are watching. the
People
show.
are
I am a
See?
closet watcher as well. I do watch. I would never admit it in front of my family.
Yep.
Or make it a profession. That's fine. It's what you do. Everyone's got to make a living. I wouldn't wear. It looks good on you, the Robert Graham. They don't make my size. Let's be honest.
Well,
Yeah, they make 4X.
Yeah, it's twice ago. The wine's starting to kick in a little bit.
wow, he's feeling
Watch.
what he could do better, what he
Yeah, I'll
could
give
do,
you
what he
some
does
more wine.
good.
Maybe you need some more
Why don't you
wine,
put the
too.
sign outside that I gave you every day? I asked you to put outside.
I got
Maybe
it.
people would stop
No,
it if you
but
put the
wait
damn
a minute.
sign more.
I got to admit though, what you did for
Put
all,
the sign outside. See how nice you
No,
got to
what
get.
you did for all the people that work for our company, you went around and put a lawn
that's a
sign
good
up.
question.
You put a lawn sign up.
Yeah, can you
saying,
talk about-
hey,
I saw that on
my
social media,
neighbor,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you come, your neighbor's a realtor.
Yeah, so look, that was an easy no-brainer, right? I think it's important we're part of our community. We are local. We started that. Now everybody's local. By the way, we didn't start it. People were local before, but it's really heated up since we did. One of the things for our agents is we encourage them to get out in their neighborhood, talk to their friends. Dina Furlush, great example, right? Involved in the community, has her 5K coming up in Montville.
Yep.
Hoping everyone takes part. Century 21 is the official sponsor. It's up on the billboard in town.
Thought I was official sponsor.
No, there's a bunch of them, but we're the head. Did you get our billboard?
Yeah.
So we're going to have all of our agents out there walking, but again, we try to get ourselves involved in the community. So those signs we put out on the lawn were just a quick hello to your neighbors. We do encourage our agents to smile, wave, go talk to your neighbors, help them in any which way. So why not put a quick sign on your neighbor is a Century 21 agent, just to let them know for the ones that didn't. Again, the difference between what are you playing with? You always got to play with something.
What kind of reaction did people
It's a
get?
great reaction. People are actually talking to their neighbors more, and it's been great. But again, you asked me the difference. We were talking about the difference in our company and other companies. These are things that I'm up late at night thinking about. You find a broker who is constantly thinking about how you can make more money and help you be successful, and that's a kind of office you should work for. I believe you guys believe that we do that for you, and I think that was just a small thing. Right, we're always doing something. We're coming in, giving you the shirts, the t-shirts, the hats. We want you to wear the brand. We want you to be proud to work there. But there's got to be, again, it goes back to exceeding expectations. We try to do it for our agents. We try to do it for our buyers, our sellers. And those signs were just a quick, hey, this could be a good thing to get your neighbors to know who you are and what you do. And it's been super successful. I think we've received at least 3 or 4 phone calls. Our agents tell me their neighbors have come to them. So I'm super happy with that.
It's good to have those signs, especially for the new agents, where a lot of the neighbors don't know they're realtors.
Yeah, people forget too, right? How many times we say, "Oh, I forgot you were a realtor." Now I think it's impossible with social media these days, but
like 10 years ago, it was easier. Like we didn't do social media a lot, so like people could have forgotten. Now you have to up your social media game and remind people.
Oh yeah, I got a call on the way here. I just listed a house for rent, and someone called me. Hey, my neighbor just told me you listed this house for rent. Can you tell me a little bit about it or whatever? And she remembered I was a realtor. So
social media reminds them, but it's got to be more than social media.
Just a spoke on the wheel.
I always tell but also just listen. Be a good person. Get involved in your community. Get involved in the different things that we do, and it helps. It helps you get in contact with more people. It gets you in those conversations.
Yep.
And it's not that hard. I think a lot of agents, especially young agents, going back to your question, they forget about the old things, like give out 5 cards a day.
Yeah.
Remember that one? Or give out 10 cards a day.
Yeah.
Well, I just sat down with a young agent the other day, and I made sure he gave out 10 cards. First card he gave out. Card he gave out. He got the guy said, well, I'm looking to rent something, and then I'm going to buy something within the year. He's already working with him to find something.
Yeah.
So we forget how easy it could be, because we see social media and we see all these guys making it look like, well, just make a podcast. No offense. Or just do this. It helps. I like the podcast. It gets out great information.
But it's just a part of your marketing.
It's part of it. Everything.
Right.
It's a pie chart. You get a little of each.
Right.
But again, in the podcast that I do, and started out about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, I thought it's giving people good information. I mean, I walk around. So when I walk around, people constantly say, "Hey, keep doing that podcast." I didn't know about
bust
this.
your ball.
I know you do.
I don't say that.
Well, what happens? You come and guest twice. Then you might become co-host.
I got to do this on the. Yeah, I don't mind. I'd come.
You two would be good. I
Meg
think.
would be good. You should bring Meg on.
You should. Bring
Meg's a great
Would you like
guest.
some more wine?
No, thank you. I've got to show houses. Please stop.
It's nighttime. What do you mean? We film at night.
Yeah, I bet that's another running joke. How do I know all the running jokes? I'm pretending I don't watch. I watch, people. I watch. I'm sorry. I admit it. I watch.
Oh my God.
I can't stop.
You know what we should do? We should talk top 3 favorite Jason moments.
Oh, I like that. I love hearing about myself.
So I have one.
Listen.
It was during
Watch yourself.
during the pandemic.
I'll take
people
it.
say during COVID?
I'll take a fig.
You don't have it?
No.
You did.
And Vito,
Oh, wait, one left. No.
Vito started walking.
That's the one no one wants.
Right? You have it.
Oh, my favorite.
I'm not having
And Vito would walk, and Vito, if you don't know, is I wouldn't say germaphobe. Well,
He's a germaphobe.
He's germaphobe.
Well, I mean, listen, he was like most of us. He didn't know what was happening, and he had a general fear.
Well, no, I mean
Maybe a little worse.
Even before COVID, he was a little bit of a germaphobe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very always washing hand, clean kind of thing, right?
Yeah. So Vito would do his walks
He would
around
do his
town
walks
every morning.
around, yep, and then
With a mask on.
With a mask.
Can I say that or not?
Yeah, I didn't have a mask when I was walking.
Well, because you weren't near anyone until you were.
But then, so Jay would film himself in the car and just sneak up on him while he's walking. So right?
Yeah. So what you didn't know is me and Vito speak every morning for an hour. Every morning for an hour. We speak every morning for an hour, and Vito used to always tell me, because he's walking. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's not because he wants to talk to me. The walk goes faster when you're talking to someone, and no one else wants to stay on the phone with him. I have to. So as he's walking, he would give me tips like, "Oh, I'm just passing the park," and we would jump in our car and we'd sneak up on him. Ended up being a great series of us jumping out. Ended up being a line of T-shirts that we had made.
Yeah, Dave.
It's just Vito, give me a hug, wasn't it? Or,
Yeah, give me a hug, give me a hug.
Give me a hug, and he would
he'd be like,
run.
Get the hell out of here.
Great videos. That's one. Give me a second favorite moment.
Oh, second favorite moment of Jason. Oh my God, there's so many of them.
Tough on the spot. We could probably pause it.
Yeah.
Sliding in socks.
What? Yeah, sliding in socks was good when he did risky business. That was pretty good.
Oh.
But
Yeah, don't draw attention. I don't need people researching that.
well, I'm talking about with.
Oh, when you wore your
Yeah.
When I was eating the pizza in the bathroom.
Yeah, that was good.
Listen,
then you were
again,
sliding with the socks
In
and
my
your
underwear.
underwear.
Yeah.
exceeding expectations, showing value.
Yeah, that was good.
When I grow up, I want to be like Jason Fiala. I'm
You're all
telling
grown
you.
up, bud. This is as old as it gets.
Favorite moment though, we can't talk about it in the air, is when I met you for the first time. We're not allowed to talk about
Great
that.
story.
Great story. Can't talk about it now.
Yeah. No one's
Let's
watching.
talk about that.
Okay, no one's watching. You walked home to Lincoln Park that night.
Yes.
On yourself. All right, boys. Anything else?
How about when
got a hard stop.
when you have a punching bag in the office and I go, hey Jay, he goes, I put him up right just like a few weeks ago.
Oh, you told me he started boxing.
Yeah, and he hits me with a right hook. No, it was a left
straight
jab.
left jab.
Left jab.
You
I
got
didn't
hit
mean
with
to
the
hit you.
left
Yeah, dude.
Split his lip. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, split my lip.
He went down.
What do you think I am, Glass Joe? I didn't go down, but I wasn't expecting. He's like, all right, let me show you something, right? So he put him in like this. He goes, okay, and then boom, he hits me.
I got to admit though, we do have a lot of fun in our
We do.
Yes.
A lot of fun. We just had a great party.
All the offices. We had a great party. I fell asleep.
You did. Again, that's on par for you.
Yeah,
I
you were a
didn't.
little
It was a
off there.
margarita
No,
party. You
I-
drank wine.
No, I had the margaritas.
They were good.
I had the.
We try to
the
keep it
spicy
fun. We try to keep the
I had the
agents having.
spicy margarita. I felt it the next day, but it was all good. And
That was
I'll
a
tell
good
you,
party.
Megan knew how to make those margaritas.
She did.
Pretty
She
good.
makes good margarita, spicy margarita.
Yeah.
Spicy margaritas.
How do you want to finish this off?
Well, Vito has to finish the bottle. Or else we can't
You have
leave.
to stay here till he finishes the bottle?
Absolutely. We got more stuff for you here.
Oh.
What do you think? You're getting off
I thought
the
that was it. Okay.
No, it's not midnight yet.
Favorite moments about Vito?
Oh,
That's a fun game.
I got so many.
What are you doing? You get a red. So, V, true or false?
Uh-oh.
Every day you stop at your mother's to say hello before going home. What a good boy.
Is that true?
That's about it.
Every day.
Every day he stops at his mother's before coming home.
Wow.
Right.
I got one. I got questions for Vito. Let's put him on the spot.
Take
Who's
it
better cook, your mom or your wife? Look at
You
this.
always no. You always got to say your mom.
I've actually, I've been there.
My wife's a great cook.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty
You're
close.
blessed either way.
Yeah.
Either way, and I got to admit one other thing.
That's a no-brainer.
My daughter Victoria is
Good
an
cook.
amazing cook.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
since we redoing the house and we're on the side apartment, Ann and I right now while they're redoing. Victoria's been doing
all
a
the
lot
cooking?
of cooking for us.
Wow.
Last night we had salmon.
You eat like a
oh,
king.
zucchini.
You eat like a king
Oh,
every
it
day.
was
I do say.
it was Jay. It was delivered.
He doesn't remember eating it because he drinks 2 bottles of wine, but
No.
he eats like a king.
Only one.
It was
One bottle.
delivered?
It was delivered. Victoria and
They brought the food over, is what you're saying.
brought over
Oh,
the
really?
food
They
for
brought you the
us.
food?
Oh,
See-
it was delicious.
See, you guys have daughters. That's awesome. Like that's what you have to look forward to. I have 2 sons.
I met one of them.
Well, what's that? That will never happen to me. My kids will be like, oh, like in their 30s. Oh, you're having something? Let me bring you some
Yeah, but
dinner.
Mariella cooks.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, if we were, painting the house and I had to live in my side unit, my kids would never bring me food.
No.
No, they're boys. Girls are different. The daughters always want to take care of their parents.
Nah, Ralphie would bring us food too.
Is this real life?
What? What we're talking about?
You realize people can go on JoeRogan.com and watch shit that is interesting. This is real life. You think people want to watch this? I'm sitting here and you're paying that guy to be here. He keeps leaving the room. What are we doing here? How do we start talking about this
I
stuff?
don't know.
I'm sorry,
I don't know.
Dave. I'm sorry your kids aren't going to cook for you. Maybe you should have thought that one out a little better. Maybe adopt a little kid somewhere. I don't know what the freaking
Maybe I should have adopted
Holy
a
shit,
daughter.
why do people
Yeah.
care about this? I don't.
I'm eating the last fig now.
Oh, eat it, please. Who knows what your next
Yeah.
meal is? God forbid someone has to paint something. I can't can't believe this is real. This is literally what you do in the middle of the day. Yeah, it's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Well, I gotta be
We're talking about what you're really, by the way, the concern in your eyes.
Yeah.
I felt for you for a minute.
I feel for you, pal.
I'm gonna be honest. I talk to you like 10 times a day, every day. I got nothing to ask you. This is a very uninteresting conversation. I know everything
On the
about
phone,
you.
I keep talking. You don't even get a chance to ask a
No,
question.
but I know everything about you. It's not even like I
Yeah.
can ask probing questions
Should have brought somebody in.
that we don't know.
I'm going to Myrtle
Never
Beach.
get this guy on the.
I'm going to Myrtle Beach. My first century 21.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm traveling.
And you didn't invite me?
No, Meg and Jason are going. It's a leadership event. It's a leadership event.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, we're taking the show on the road. You're going to sit through classes?
No classes. I'll
There
come
it is. That's why I'm not paying for you to
Wait,
go.
I thought Vito was leader at the company.
Yeah, he's a
I thought I
leader,
was a
leading
leader,
agent,
too.
leading podcaster,
I thought
leading
I was a
dresser.
leader. I thought I was a
Listen,
leader, too.
it's an unpaid job. Let's be honest. I mean, but they do get to Myrtle Beach and go sit through classes so they can give me cliff notes.
And he bull run. You know this guy who goes to follows rodeo across the
Oh, I
country
know.
now.
He went on a bull run in Texas.
Yeah.
Fort Worth, to be honest.
Fort Worth.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Texas.
Still Texas. It's
Yep.
still Texas.
Still Texas.
Jay, I enjoy you sitting here because you know why? You really want to know why? I'm not going to tell you why.
At what point do you just go, all right, guys, I can't allow this anymore? The girl in the next room just left for liposuction, so she didn't have to hear this. For those of you who don't know, we are in a dietary office. It's weird.
In a doctor's office.
Not a doctor's office, but listen, I think you got a great future ahead of you. I'm going to finish your wine if you don't. I love the podcast. He's going to edit all this out to make me look bad, but we'll just do our best.
We would leave that in there. I got to admit, I enjoy doing the
touch it.
podcast. I enjoy doing the podcast because, again, we give a lot of information out there. Why did we bring Jay here? You know, talk about. No, we brought Jay here to talk about our company. And, we had a good podcast with him last time. And I think we do great things out there in the real estate world. And I hope we continue doing it. And I love the way when you drink a glass of wine, you're out there. You're like, who was it? Jackie Gleason? Woo, to the moon, Jay, to the moon.
Let's just cut him off and pretend he's not here.
He's
gonna ruin us.
This guy's gonna ruin us. Dave, you and I are gonna talk. Did you hear today? 94% refinancing last month since the rates dropped.
Yes. And September 18th will be a rate cut, probably.
What do you think? Quarter point, half a point?
Quarter point. Quarter point. They're going to take it slow.
Jay, what do you think? Quarter point, half a point rate cut. Do you even know what we're talking about?
Yeah. But I go by whatever Dave said. Can I take the shades down?
No, on a serious note, what are you thinking?
Well, I think you're going to... It wouldn't surprise me. There's a report today called the JOLTS report, JOLTS. And not to get into too much detail, but if you research that report, it showed that there is a weakening even further in the job market. So it could be a half a point. I don't know. I do think that a quarter is already priced into rates right now. A half point, it's off to the races. What is that going to do for inventory, right? Because that's really the important question, right? I don't know. I think if you get rates into the fives, like we've been saying. I'm already starting to get people call and say, you have a 3%, 4% rate, but like Jason was saying, good market, bad market, people need to move, and people are going to sell their house, right? So for whatever reason, divorce, family grows, downsizing, whatever. So I do think that psychologically, if rates get into the fives, people will better deal with selling their home, giving up their lower rate to have more space or accomplish whatever their life threw at them in order to sell. So who knows? I mean, I think that's what you'll see. I mean, is it going to be gangbusters? I mean, only you guys would know better than me. I mean, you're out in the street. You know why people are listing and not listing, but I think you'll see more inventory by the end of the year.
I think with the rate cut, I think we're going to see half a point.
Half a point?
I feel we're going to see a half a point. Now, is that going to affect the bonds anyway to lower, the mortgage rates? Because everybody knows it goes by the bonds. We hope so, but I mean, jobs came out again today, and a lot less jobs out there too. So I feel we're going to get a half a point out there.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, that sounds great.
He doesn't want to go on the record.
He doesn't even
You
know.
guys have been having the same conversation for
Wizard,
5 years, dude.
Wizard, what do you
He says
think,
the same
Wizard?
thing you said.
I agree.
Half a point?
Half a point?
The wizard agrees for a half a point. On that note, my wine is done.
Oh.
One day, and that day will come.
Oh, this is a great line.
One day, and that day will come when you need to buy or sell a house. And when that day does come, you will call Vito Cantuzzi the godfather of Northern New Jersey.
I gave him
real
that.
estate.
I gave you that title, by the way.